Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
It's your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, and boy, my hair is a disaster, so let's just contain this calamity for a minute. Yes, folks, it is another manic Monday morning here on the Nevermind the Furthermore, the only show where nothing makes sense, and I fake it every day, and the camera just tried to fall off my computer. Yeah, folks, it's Monday. What a weekend. What a weekend. It has been an absolute thriller. And my chair just tried to get eaten. We're going to have one of those. Wow, yeah. Folks, are you awake yet? I am. Nope, everything's going straight to gunny bag, and that is okay. We're going to get through it because, folks, it's Monday. And it is our job to navigate this. And have I had a week? Okay, so before I get into the chat, first thing I have to do is move some art supplies and other stuff. Try not to destroy the world while I'm at it. And remind you, the Historical Fencing Guild is brought to you by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, the Simple Spear, and the Big Stompy Robots line of books and games, as well as generous donation from Joe Bach Tech Apps at JB Tech Apps, the happy little bit.ly. We're going to throw that up there. I could make a placard real easy, but frankly, folks are getting a kick out of me reaching to my wall of knowledge. Oops, speaking of, something important just fell off my wall of knowledge. So that's okay. Okay, well, let's see, what was it? What fell off my wall of knowledge today? Aliens say. Let's see, can I get to zoom it? Come on, my camera's not. There we go. TTFN? Okay, sure. That was an important chunk of my wall of knowledge, and the poor thing has lost its sticky. That's okay. Oh, yes, my wall of knowledge is varied and esoteric, and I cannot be held accountable for the discomfort any hundreds facts on the wall of knowledge provide to anyone who's watching. Now that we've got through my very professional intro, so I have a mild rant, a surprise positive, and then a floating question mark. As those of you who paid attention know, we're about 2 weeks away from what's officially known as Library Con, but we know as FezCon, where a whole bunch of Fez wearing lunatics may come together to sell books to the unsuspecting public, along with other arts and craftsy types at LibraryCon at Benton County Public Library, Fowler, Indiana. Now, shockingly, as it was October 8th, I ordered my little stack of 10 copies of The Simple Spear, my lovely intro to spear fighting, from Amazon. Print direct. You guys know the deal. If you have your books through them, you can order author copies at a substantial discount and then sell them and make more money. That's how this theoretically works. Plus, I have my karma of anytime I publish a book, I donate a couple to the local libraries. It's how I roll. But we have a mild dilemma in that I was expecting it Saturday, and I watched as one does, and several of my orders got returned or failed to deliver. Will reimburse you. I've had to reorder them, ironically, including this knife that one of two. I have one just like it, a trainer that I bought for the Historical Fencing Guild to review and possibly fight with. But I don't think I will because this wants to break my finger. Anyway, had to reorder that. So I'm watching the delivery day comes and goes, and then I get it. We're sorry, we'll reimburse you. Okay. So I have to reorder it. But to get it here on time now, I have to do the unthinkable. I have to pay the extra shipping fee, which doubles the shipping for priority whatever, to get it here on time when it should have been. Now, dear listeners, dear readers, I was not raised to not go talk to people. There was a time before Karen's made Get the Manager a nuisance where there are times when there are mistakes, you reach out. So I navigated the Amazon lovely click, and I checked on, and I got a hold of a human with a lovely name I cannot pronounce, so I will not try. Obviously of Indian descent. It's the text version of a call center. Let's be honest, we all know where they live. And I said, look, this happened. I have to reorder. Can you reimburse me the difference in my shipping? Because I've had to have it, and I got told and screenshotted, because I always back up your work, that assuming it comes in, reach back out, they'll leave a note and they will reimburse my shipping. So probably my whole shipping, because it was a problem on their end. So that's the nice thing about working through a big company like the Zon. You can reach out, and while you have to navigate, you can get help. So if something goes wrong, please, folks, reach out. Now, I have also been told I haven't shown enough of my ads lately. So I am going to run an ad. That way, my friend Bonsart gets plugs, and then we'll go on with the rest of the day, let you guys comment on what you need.
Greetings, fellow traveler. I am Dankard Lexicon. You're either here because somebody directed you here, or because of the strange currents inside the algorithm. In either case, welcome to Radio Retro Future, where we talk about steampunk and other forms of retrofuturism in pop culture. What is steampunk? Well, I'm glad you asked. Steampunk is a combination of science fiction and alternate history, wrapped in a delicious dough of Victorian pulp fiction and modern-day pop culture tropes. You still want to know more? Go check out our ongoing Steampunk Beginner's Guide, the series which explores the genre, aesthetic and culture. Or you can check out the community's musicians, inner teledrama, steampunk music for Fallout. Yes, a actual steampunk-themed radio station for the game Fallout 4 that is part of the mod Old World Radio 2. Or you can check out the Radio with Future podcast, where we have interviews with writers and other types of creators within the international community. On our second channel, the Retro Future Research Foundation, on the other hand, we have story videos like Tales of the SCP Foundation, readings of Lovecraft and related writers, lore explanation, and hopefully our very own narrated series of our original short stories called The Association of Ishtar. If you can't wait for the narrations, you can read The Association of Ishtar by following the link down below. That is what we do in a nutshell, and if you want to get involved, join our Discord community where stuff happens. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu, and as always, make things your way.
I think Bonsert stuff happens. Maybe one of my favorite things in all of what I do. I just, of all the ads I share, Bonsert just stopping. I'm a member of his Discord. I don't Discord a lot simply because my computer doesn't like it. Why are you still making noise? But the stuff happens. Manned up a little soundbite for shenaniganry. But folks, yes, it's been a week. I've dealt with that and a few other issues. How was your weekend? And let's hit the comments because I am way behind. And I'm having one of those days. 10 minutes before the show, our dear friend Michaela Jade. Good morning, Neverland. Hi, Michaela. Oh, wait. Peoples. Oh, dang, it's Monday. Yeah, but you're going to own it, Michaela. You always do. You bounce on in and you take Monday by its googly eyes and just drag it where you need it to go. You are the one of the few people I don't have to worry about making sure I'm motivated because you ascend to the echelons of encouragement and you don't take anything from anybody. So good morning to you, Michaela, and a good morning to Carl. And Grant's saying, hello, guys. Hello, Grant Langford. I'm glad Beowulf did so well. Donna abandoned us to have breakfast with her friend again, so it might be quiet here today. She abandoned me. You see how it is? I'm the fallback friend once again. I'd be devastated if it wasn't where I've lived my whole life. Why is it the beautiful only contact me when they need me? Lament! I lament. Anyway, and more greetings. And Grant Laker's taking today off. Had trouble sleeping, but then slept late. You know what? A lot of people have trouble right around the fall equinox sleeping. I know my whole world seems to shift right around that. And we just passed it. It is officially fall. It is Leafy Moss. And those of you who have seen the Leafy Moss secret folder know there's lots of goodies in there and more coming soon. I will be sending that out to a few more people. I just have to see who actually responds and check my invite list so I know that that's being kept up properly. But thank you. And I know how it feels. I've had the same problem. My sleep was all kinds of torn up. Yes, Kat, we can hear you yodeling in the distance. Hi, Carl. How can two little cats sound like horses running up the stairs? I know. When cats are either silent or they're a stampede. There is no in between with them. Okay, Charcoal was sleeping earlier, so Calvin was love biting me and being all clingy. Now that she's awake, they are running around like crazy since Mommy left. Oh, poor kitties. And we have a comment dump. Yay! Ooh, we got some good comments coming down the pipe. We got our Lulu delivery, so I hope we can have enough books for Danville Library Sale and FezCon at least. FezCon / LibraryCon is a very, very small convention we're trying to get off the ground. So I don't want people to have overinflated ideas, but the more people we have and the more press you guys spread around about it, the more likely it will be a success. This is the start of a small event. I think this is our only second or third year, and we had to stop for the Miley Cyrus, my Sharona, Peter pandemic. Hey, I got all the parts. It took me a while, but I got there. But just having names like Carl Witzman and Brian K. Morris should be enough. Cookie should be there, guys. Not just the hand, the full cookie in all her glory. So it should be a wonderful time. And then we're going to plan what we're doing after, because I know we'll end up doing something after. Let's see. Mooney's been acting crazy out lately. Angie thinks it's because I'm working a lot lately. Yeah, the same thing happens to me with both my cat and my son. Speaking of working a lot lately, I put out on my Twitter at and Tockert, which is for my name. For some reason, it's not showing. That's interesting. I need to fix that. But anyway, at and Tockert on Twitter, which is how you can reach me. Asked what people want to see, and I gave a list of 4 of the main project families I'm working on, and horror one of all things. So I am now about 3,400 words deep into a new short story horror anthology of various lengths. I'm kind of combing through the stories I have that I've either made up or experienced and can be changed for, change the names and locations for the safety of the people involved. But so I'm working on that. And my goal, insane as it is to have the horror anthology out, say, by Halloween. I would love to have it out by October, but that's only like 5 days, and that's asking a lot of me. Although these little really tight pressing small projects with oppressive deadlines do tend to generate work for me. So that's a thing. I need to check something real quick because I just had a glitch. Looks not sure where that setting is, but I will find it and fix it later, I guess. That really is odd. There it is. Bam. I fixed it. Cool. Sorry. That would have bugged me. But so let's go through the line, get back to where we were, and I will. Oh, yes. Who's acting crazy? And yes, as I was up late last night, I read a new book. When I read a new book by an author I like, I share it around. So Alyssa Evans wrote a lovely book called Obsidia. I am about 10% done according to my Kindle, and it starts out as a happy little slice of life. Very domestic, quaint little story, and then just shanks you with an isekai kind of situation where the heroine is warped elsewhere into political intrigue and wizards and creatures, like bam. And it is delightful, and that's like slamming into a wall. So I'm sharing it around. Be sure to look up her link. She's a good author. I want to get her either at least in my chat. So I've reached out to her, and we'll see how that goes. We go way back. But yeah, if you guys get a second, look up Alyssa Evans. I'd like her to do well enough that she's comfortable, writing more, because she's very, very talented and very intelligent, but exceedingly introverted and basically a poster child for imposter syndrome. So, and you know how we feel about imposter syndrome around here. So that link got sent out, and we'll keep going. Let's see. I probably will stay late because I'm taking the old lady to breakfast. Wonderful. Could be Grant. Wonder if it's a seasonal change making the cats weird. I think so. Treat that Angie nice. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I hope that's a spelling of Angie. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, Grant, please let me know. I'm in the mood for pancakes. Yes. Well, hold on. Well, I love pancakes. Oki ninja daisuki pancakes desu. Which was a shirt I had for a long time. And that is Japanese. That basically says fat ninjas love pancakes. I had a shirt, those rules of ninjutsu. Okay, kids, I'm going to have breakfast. Have a good day. You too. Guess it's up to you and me, Carl. And with that, as soon as you say that, Richie bursts into the ring. Oh, the crowd goes wild as Richie Aspen Jr. decides to greet everyone. Yep, and yeah, because there's a Rich. What, he's got a folding chair. Oh, out of nowhere. So my newest book went to Kindle Vella. If you would like to read it there, check it out on Amazon. Interesting choice. I've heard very mixed things about Kindle Vella. Some people are not happy with the way the service is run. Tell me how you do. Hey, Rich. And we got greetings. And I have another comment dump, so let's get through that. I'm having a day where things aren't coming together very well, but we'll make it work. Do I have a commercial for you, Michaela? If not, we need to talk. And Richie, same for you. More greet. I keep wanting to say Zell, but I know that's wrong. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Blue Teddy Narrations. I hope you're having a good morning. What Nick was talking about is one of the things I don't like about the new Amazon. They don't provide all the things you can buy. Second party or third party still sell to their site, then fail. In this case, no. If I order from Amazon, I want an Amazon shipped product, not some dude in a van. Now, before we get into that, no, there is something going on. I can't remember the name. It's in Illinois City, but something is happening either at that the transfer center there or in Lafayette, and we think it's there because we've had several products returned, marked unsellable, that made it all the way there and then got sent back. So either a truck has been damaged, or there's something going wrong at that plant. We've contacted Amazon because we've had products that we ordered from Amazon standard fulfillment. We've had products that we've ordered that were sold through Amazon, and we've had products that were ordered, like my books, that were produced by an Amazon company. So yeah, there's something going on at that warehouse where product is just getting damaged. And I hate to say that somebody may need to get fired, but either there's a device that's broken or somebody needs to get fired, because it's, re-educated or fired, because that's a real problem. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning, Mike Jimmy. And if Mike Jimmy's here, I think I could do something for him. What can we do for Mike Jimmy? Bam. Yeah, Life Encore is an amazing project, and being that I'm very much a trade paperback guy, I am really tempted to get a hold of the new trade paperback. And I believe Mike Jimmy, I don't think you're doing it right now, but when it hits, I need to. Anything for my research pile. It's a business expense. Okay. I'm in late because Nap and I were having an agreement. Well, you know what? I am not one to argue with Naps. And getting greeted by Carl and greeting back. Everybody screaming. Shameless self-plug startup. Yeah, see, there it is. What's that? Be sure to sign up for Life Encore Volume 1 on Kickstarter. Kickstarter projects varies and ends Life Encore 1. You know, I have to do that. That is on my to-do list. Yay, I have a wrench. Yes, I've been trying to go through and get my frequent commenters who need link ability wrenches. The only request is if we get somebody who's truly vulgar or uncivil, I shouldn't have to reach for my band hammer if it's right there for you guys. You get what I'm feeling? Cool. Ooh. Michaela, I started my newest Warrior book last night. It should be out by January. That is awesome. And that's a pretty quick turnaround because you write substantial volumes. I'm impressed. I'm working around my ADD and trying to do shorter story compilations. That way it doesn't feel like I'm doing a big project. Oh, might as well do a link dump. So here we go. Bloodwing Angel, Book 3. Kickstarter project / John Celestri, Bloodwing Angel Chronicles, Book 3. That is not all ages in any way, shape, or form. It has nudity, violence, and supernatural and religious symbology that some viewers may find offensive. That's on you. How you feel about it? Yeah. The Oswald Chronicles. The Oswald Chronicles. It broke free and couldn't read 1 to 4. Oh God! The Oswald Chronicles are adorable. I love JD's work on that. That is amazing. Frog G, Voodoo, Gods, and Magic on Indiegogo. You guys, I've talked about Frog G. I've talked about his amazing product. You know what? I'll do one better. Mike Jimmy's just set me up, so we'll just do this. Right? Yeah. Bam.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life,
stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Yeah, I mean, look, that animation is incredible. I love to see independent projects doing so well. And let's see. Oh, Carl Witzman says, "If only FrogCon." Oh, why? I am having a very Monday. If only FezCon had a little meme poster for Facebook. I will work on it. And that's not even going on the wall of knowledge. That's going like right here in my face till I do it. That will probably be what I'm working on when I close up the show. So, eat they cat food. Ah, you eat cat food? No, eat they cat food. I do not. My cat, Stuart, the sword cat, does indeed eat cat food. And string cheese. Basically any cheese and tuna water. And leftover tunas when I make my lunch. So yes, my cat eats cat food. I hope you're not eating cat food, unless you are a cat, at which point enjoy your cat food. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Good morning. Good morning, Cindy. We're joined by Cindy Cap. I'm going to go through, because I just did a commercial, we'll go through a few of her things, and then I'll run her plug. Don't worry, I will not neglect you, Cindy. Home from QuadCon safely. Sold many fun things, including the giant dragon that really needed to find a home. Up next, Dubeat QuadCon and Comic and Toy Show, Five Flags Event Center, October 2nd. Yes. Frog G is doing the crowdfunding thing. Check it out. Indiegogo Frog G. Big stumpy robots have small arms and keep their eyes to the skies. That's right. Big Stumpy Robots is my line of games and novellas. I need to work on commercials for those. Yes, I hear the, Nick, you hound people to promote. Promote thyself. okay, the Mighty Manatee Man needs to flap his flippers on this one and do something about promoting. I will keep you posted. Thank you, Michaela. Because like I said, I've had some people complain that the first 5 chapters have to be free or something, and it's kind of a more expensive way to get to your audience. Some people dig it, some people don't. It's actually been very divisive. I mean, not derisive, divisive. I can word in the literary community that I'm following in assorted social medias. So I like to hear it from, the source, and you are a good source. Now, let's see. Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop. Let me see. How many more? Okay, we're going to have a whole bunch of links there. Whoa. I went to click, and we had a comment dump as I was clicking. Awesome. Historical Fencing Guild, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday for cool fun. Yeah. You guys wrote, oh god, they inflicted damage upon me with cursed sword images. It was fun, but it hurt. We're gonna go back for a little bit to our more standard format this week. I've got some products to review a little more fluidly, and then I'll do individual recorded reviews to put on their product sites, just to help advise people, because every once in a while I spend money on things so you don't have to. Anyway, I helped out a few friends moving their son yesterday. They gave me a joke present, making comic books for beginners. You can imagine my shrieking laughter. That's glorious, but you never know. You may find that one kernel of wisdom in there that makes it even more worthwhile. But that is funny. Do you need neuroses? Amy Hale's book on neuroses is available through Amazon. Do you love independent, irreverent holiday humor? She's referring to Santa Stein, the post-holiday Prometheus. Available on Smashwords. Just look up Brian K. Morris. Or his whole on Amazon. If you look at Brian K. Morris, he has a book. He has entries into books on the original Batman 66 series. Wonderful insight for people who love that era, enjoy the joy in camp, and want to know more of what was going on behind the scenes. And let's see. Are you looking for some speculative fiction? BearPublications.net. .com. Why did I add .net? Well, for that little stutter, I will run Cindy's ad real quick.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Yeah, folks, support Cindy Koepp. She's amazing. See, Blue Tay narrations. Amazon can't afford to fire people. They already have a reputation for being one of the worst places to work for. This is true. But I hope they can at least fix the problem, because it directly and greatly impacts my humble little business. And I find it very frustrating when I have people who want to read the Simple Spear, and Amazon can't seem to deliver to me right now. So that is something to keep in mind. But I will say their customer service department was phenomenal. They handled everything they need, and I have a screenshot so I can reach out and say, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. I was promised this. I can send you a screenshot if you like. LOL, Mike Jimmy, that's funny stuff. Let's see. it is funny that that making comics for beginners. A few years ago, I hooked up my manager's son, 10 at the time, with drawing comics the Marvel way. I keep a few copies around because I give to kids because Five Below had them stupidly cheap. And what a wonderful way to support the community. I have my copy. Oh, it's over there by the Brian K. Morris section. I have to redo my bookshelves again. But yes, drawing comics the Marvel way is a necessary read, I think. And I do probably in 2023 want to get on working on my own graphic novel, top-down project. I don't believe I will crowdfund it. I believe I will just go through Amazon. I'll set it up and I'll do it like standard because that works for me. But I don't know. We may see. Or I may crowdfund it through Bluestone Studios. Again, I'm not sure. We have to see. You can get Animal Eye merch at bit.ly/bearpub. Okay. Hello, Mike. That's hilarious. Yeah, I have great friends. You do have great friends, and I'm glad that they get you that way. And author MichaelaJade.com for when you want even more. Michaela Jade. When a story is in my head, I can fly on the keyboard. It's when I'm making up as I go that things slow down. This story is writing itself. Oh, I love that feeling. I am burdened by being the worst typist on the planet and having dyslexia. So when I get going, words start to meld into each other, and then there are repeats. Had, or I'll be interrupted, and it just breaks. People have no idea how much editing I have to do before, how much proofreading I can do before I can have somebody even hope to edit a lot of my stuff, and then I have to have it reread by several people just to catch the I can't see my own typos. So I love when something works. Be right back. We'll be here probably, Cindy. That's the best thing. Working on that FezCon poster right now. Take the note down, Nick. Okie dokie. Note is taken down. FrogCon. For frog enthusiasts and wrench lovers. Oh my gosh. If Frog G was near me and was willing to do it, I would try to put together a FrogCon because A, it would just be a cool way to appreciate, and B, oh my gosh, what a cool dude. But comic related madness. I think that's Pop Sven's at. If you missed CromCon, check it on the rerun. And no, it's not more expensive. It's cheaper, but a lot more than I can explain here. Just let me say, you don't want to miss this boat. Interesting. Success. Okay. All success to Johnny freaking Cage. I've tried to make sure that you have wrenches on both my channels too for Johnny. I'm going through and I'm trying to get the wrenches out to people who need them. If you like Royal Cruz's art for Animal Eye, check out his other work at ArtStation/Royal Cruz. You can even get Royal's art customized for you at subscribestar.com/Royal Cruz. Get practical info on being a caregiver at Amazon.com/Victoria Adams. Coming soon, SL Roland is doing a Kickstarter campaign for a game mat featuring his art of his Pangea online series. In the meantime, catch up on the books. Amazon.com/SL Roland. See, that's cool. I love when you start seeing concepts cross. So you have a comic book, you do merch, a comic book about a fictional video game, you do merch, you do writing, and then eventually you make the fictional video game, so then it becomes the first narration of the video game. It starts that lovely cycle of interest, and we want that. We want that as creators. Toys, they're customizable. Studio Hubris website.com/Studio Hubris 5. This Sunday at the Terror Drome. At the Dubie Quad Comic and Toy Show, Five Flags Event Center, October 2nd. Get a giant fluffy spider and a back dragon. Both are 67% off. How can she make these impossible deals? More QuadCon info at QuadCityCon.com. Monster Fair and Fairy Tale Mutations, Ye Old Dragon Books, Meet the Dragons. Do you have like the colors for Animal Eye? Check out Denver Martinez, www.deviantart.com/TheRaider05. I follow him on DA, and while you're on DA, go to www.deviantart.com/NickT and follow me, my home for nearly 20 years, that I may actually be having to pay to upgrade to keep things going, but I've lived there so long, I almost feel like it may be worth the monthly fee, which would be a big jump for me. Let's see. Voice acting. Facebook.com/SkunkRockerLive. And we have a comment dump. Okay, cool. Magic Tales from the Decoverse, and that's John B. Pica. Nerdy Culture for Geek Info, and that's that link. Rose Rapier goes swoosh. Oh! It's so beautiful. Okay, my boy Johnny here is referencing some of the beautiful horrors that were inflicted on me, and the Rose Rapier had 2 incarnations. Perhaps I will draw my rendition of a Rose Rapier, as I do have. I'll bring up my version of a fantasy sword, because I do have one. My Elven Thinblade, which, if you haven't seen, I'll show it on the next channel on Fridays. Historical Fencing Guild. Remind me if you haven't seen it. Small publisher desks have Amazons. Yeah, that's our boy Jody McPhee. And he hasn't been around much, but you know what? Let's be nice and throw his link up there, because you've remembered.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests, as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Oh, so sorry, it just totally caught me rocking out here on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Anyway, sorry, yeah, that's Jody McPhee, who I know that is free use music. But dang if he hasn't nailed the association for me. And it is such a little gem. Okay, back to work. If you like myths and legends, check out my Linnea Fletcher line on Amazon.com/Linnea Fletcher. Do you feel that having, because you are involved, Michaela, in a couple of pen name collaborative efforts. Does that work well for you? I find that fascinating, so I'm just curious on that one. Words, they're multiplying, and I find it can't be denying. Amazon.com/Michaela Jade. Yes, Hybrids and Rift Riders. Rift Riders is a great book coming out by Piper through LukeStoneStudios.com. Lost Boys meets, I'd say Doctor Who. They said something else, but I think it's Lost Boys meets Doctor Who. There's some excitement there. There's sci-fi goodness, sci-fi fantasy. It's just a neat title. Ooh. Carl Witzman says FezCon poster is done. We'll post on FB later. Well, awesome. We'll get a few things out there promoting that. And because I need to set up something, probably to have Manda run off copies so I can put places around here, old style, on the board. So let's do that. Oz Has Zombies, Comixology. Eric S. Hawkins, comics creator, 254246. Yes, that's Eric S. Hawkins, the lead commander of the Comics Air Force, wherein if your comic book sucks, he will whip it with distance and speed. And if you want to know more of what I'm talking about, do check out Comic Book Spectrum on Brian K. Morris on Rising Tide Publications, a YouTube channel. So, because Comic Book Spectrum is a great show, and Eric does amazing work. It's just I usually shop on Thursday nights, so I miss huge chunks of it. Winning all the awards, Stormgate Press. Memoirs of an Angel with a Nebulizer, BrianRodman.com. Now, Brian actually is doing a lot, and a lot of it is switched over to authors, to literary works due to his help. But he has these titles. The Everlasting Epoch of the Cosmic Wheel, The Adventures of Eulid McDowell, The Midnight Mason, Dark by 8, Memoirs of an Angel, The Eldritch Tales of Mr. Black, Sky Above, Earth Below, Dog. I also can't read that one. What Happened in the Holler Tuesday Night, The Valley of the Drums, So Mote It Be, and of course my favorite title just by name, The Nevermorians. I wonder where he got that. Bum, bum, bum. So, let's see. More comments. And we've got more comments that are commenting. Snow, early this year? Yep. That's Amazon.com Bobby Nash, who writes amazing thriller action stories. You're not muted, Nick. Yep. We can hear you humming, Helmo. Can't help it. It's a jam. And you know what? You'll note I'm not apologizing because, our boy Jody McPhee, brilliant, my friend. I've done business with the man. It's a jam. He picked a jam for a reason. I will let the jam move through me. Oh, and to answer a question that was posed to me, if you ever see me doing a show and you don't see my neck knife, that's because it's inside my shirt. I'm not wearing my neck knife. I don't know why people think I would not wear my neck knife. I get antsy without it. Okay. Clayton Merwin makes heroes at facebook.com/heromaker. Lamau. What's this? Wait for it, guys. Coming in across the Atlantic. An important message. Glenn Fleming. Nick. Glenn! My friend. My colleague and gleeful opponent. Oh, I love studying with Glenn. And I want to thank him. I want to thank Glenn. And I want to express that I didn't know what something was, and I got to answer. Since I've been involved watching Brian K. Morris for years now, long before this show became my responsibility, they talked about the older comic techniques, and I do miss my drafting board. But something called an Ames lettering guide. And I thought, in the way my mind works, because I didn't know what an Ames lettering guide was, I thought it was a reference of fonts. I genuinely did. I thought, how cool would be that? Because this really helps you with all your comics and stuff. A reference book of the different fonts. So that you could look and go, oh, this is drawn this way if you wanted to use, papyrus or whatever. Because I can recognize many of the fonts by a glance, but I can't name them. No. That is not what that wonderful device is. What it does is it lets you set up the lines so that your text is straight and spaced properly in a hand-drawn comic. And I literally would have killed for such a device back when I was doing a lot of hand-drawn stuff. And I still may order one simply to have it, to be able to learn to use it. It's like somewhere around here I have a slide rule I was trying to learn how to use. I don't know where it went. but because I love knowing the technology of an earlier era, because if our stuff fails, if electronic technology fails, either long, in the short term or situationally, being able to do something old style is a gift. It's a talent, and having those skills makes me better at the newer skills. I find that the skill development overlaps, but so thank you for showing that, Glenn. And well, talk about what your new projects are. Gave me flashbacks to the IHOP there, NSFW. Oh, I have been on a boycott, a personal boycott of IHOP for decades now. Wow, it nearly has been 2 decades. I had service and treatment that was so monstrous at an IHOP in Chicago that the nick I keep contained was released for a time. And I should feel bad about that. But sometimes karmic situations happen that require even the most calm and forgiving people to handle situations. And since then, I have not been in an IHOP willingly. I did for work, I think, once because I was taking a client, but I had no choice in the matter. Because when you're driving the client gets to pick where you're going. You are simply making sure that the journey is safe and as pleasant as possible. Oh, now I want pancakes though. Co-writing works extremely well for me only because I found a writing partner that I work well with. We write so much alike, it's hard to tell who wrote what part, and we're not afraid to hurt feelings. We can tell each other when it sucks. Wonderful. If I had a wooden nickel for every time I hear I'm taking a tour of the whole con, but I'll be back to get blank, I could set up a bonfire. And if it actually happened, I'd sell out every time. I am notorious for saying this and getting that look, but I always do come back if I say it. Because I have a rule, I'm not allowed to purchase anything till I've walked the whole convention. Because I've bought stuff and then seen something I didn't have the budget for because I bought something else. And kind of had my heart broken. So I'm always very careful. That being said, yeah, it happens to all of us. It sucks. It's a pain. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I agree. Just funny. Oh, that was a funny situation. Making the Making Comic Books book is great. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Bonser. I opened the show basically with your lovely ad promoting the Association of Ishtar. And I said, the do it your way and go on to Discord where stuff happens. I love that. I don't know if you got to hear it, but I truly enjoy that little bit of delivery. Ooh, Cindy Koepp spooked a few people with a big hairy spider last weekend. Even the back dragon freaked out a few people. Otherwise, the little scorpions and spiders. I am a recovering arachnophobe, and I have gotten much better. I do catch and release, even the scary ones, unless it is a variety that, like a brown recluse, at which point it is a viable threat, and I'm forced to eliminate it. But the vast majority of them, I catch and release varying degrees of distance. The hobo spider that had a butt almost the size of a striker marble, not a regular marble, striker marble, furry spider about that big. Yeah, he got walked about a mile down the road and put in a happy little ditch where he could go eat bugs. But other than that, I'm working on it. So I don't know. Like once it gets big enough to be fake, I can enjoy it. And I've seen your big hairy spider; it's quite impressive. But let's see what else we got. Well, comment right here. We'll hit Mike Jimmy's green Bonser and giving me everybody's green Bonser. Oh, Bonser got 2 new tickets today. Their names. Oh, Lydia, line please. Gears and sprockets. That's the line. Gears and sprockets. Now, don't shake the cue card. I know the teleprompter. Stop. Don't get cranky with me. It's spooky season. Young lady, do not make me put you. Okay. Anyway. Yes, got 2 new kittens this week. Their names are Gears and Sprocket. Aw, that's awesome. Time to bounce for work stuff. Bye, Richie. You probably already bounced by the time I got here, but okay. Rich, oh my God, kittens. Yes, we all love kittens. But wow, we're almost at an hour. Let's take a minute. I haven't bugged anybody for their accountability. So, folks, well, I got a few because a few people. But my accountabilities right now, I'm trying to bang out a scary story. I would love to have it done by October because I want to take another stab at Inktober. I had so much fun doing that drawing series. But I ended up having nerve problem and having to kind of abandon it halfway through due to weather change and stuff. I'd like to see if, given that I've had all this time and physical therapy, if I can make it through an entire Inktober. And if you don't know what Inktober is, Inktober is for artists. It's one, a lot of people do, variant Tober things, but you do a drawing a day for the entire month of October. And they give you little prompts. It's a lot of fun. There are a lot of things where it's a writing prompt, or you can obviously use the one-word written one-word prompts for a writing project. But as soon as I get the Inktober 22 list, I will share it around. There's also variants. There's like a Gobtober where you draw goblins and all that and whatever. So, yes, I find it's a great, what I liked last year. And if you go through my DeviantArt account, you'll see I got through quite a few. I would do it both ways. I would do a picture and then write a story about the picture. And they are on my DA account from last year. They're a lot of fun. So if you are even vaguely artistically or again, literarily inclined, look at the Inktober prompt list and see about doing them. I'm tempted to try to, get a jump start and do them all a little early. I'm not sure. I think that's cheating. And it would go against my ways to cheat, simply because I would rather fail honestly than win by cheating. But yes, Inktober is a great challenge to take. Oh, Blue Teddy finished a comic script trying to find some more people who don't mind reading scripts to beta read them while I draw character reference sheets. Wonderful. I love hearing somebody doing the background work of character reference sheets. Having, as a literary pantser, I go, I'm going to write a story about something. I mistyped. Drink. Repeat ad nauseum, and you get how I create books. If it's nonfiction, there's both research or a pile of other books and tabs open up, and it's usually martial arts. Is how I'll write this. Yeah, you da 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 da. That sort of is my process. So hearing about other people's process is something that I love hearing. So thank you. I'd love to see any. I don't know if I'll have time to read it. I'm reading a book, writing one, prepping to do my how to do an RPG campaign for Game Master's Guide to RPG campaigns, and I have another Marshall book in the works. I just haven't decided. I have to check. I asked a question of my Patreon supporters, and I haven't gotten an answer back, so I'm a little nervous. I want to do the Simple Sword again. The Simple Sword is a huge volume, relatively speaking, 8.5 by 11. I think it's 708 pages with it, and this covers basically everything from you've never picked up a sword to how to teach people to sword fight. That's what this is. This is a textbook. A brilliant textbook. Yes, I know that sounds arrogant to say that about your stuff, but it is designed with the intent to cover large, complicated subjects. Now, I, as an experiment, switched to a smaller survey style, where it's still intelligent, still useful, but both much less expensive to create because I didn't have to include color. That can completely mess with me because to have a little color in my diagram, my book had to be charged by the printers as though it was all color. So black and white, all color. And please, your copy will not be this beat up. This is one that not only do I use in my ads, but I let people borrow, and we reference when we're doing axe work. But I want to do something new with a variant going back to the Rapier, just focusing a lighter intro to Rapier. But I don't know if that's too derivative of my previous work. So, what do you guys think? Do you think I should do a rapid Rapier to just revisit the simplest, easiest stuff, knowing that you can get that in and much more in my previous volume? Or do you think I should let that go? Let me know what you think. Now, let's see, what do we have in the comments? Because, let's see, there's that. Finish that. Okay. And we'll bring that up and hit that. Funny thing happened Friday. I got an invitation to complete the job demo for round 2 of the functional design job I applied to. Awesome. That's peculiar because I'd already been told I could not qualify for it because I had too much publishing and kit experience. You're too okay. My boss tells me this happens sometimes for many reasons, so that's what I'm up to. That's interesting. I hope it goes well for you, Cindy. Let's see. Mozart is working on third draft of second novel, and work on the comic is progressing, hoping to include some pages containing lore of the story world. Wonderful. Hopping over to the Raging Ladies. See you Wednesday, hopefully, Nick. Oh, yeah. I should be here. The coloring book should be live on Amazon soon. Excellent. That's another thing I want to do is a coloring book on Amazon. I have several. I put them off towards the end of the year. Projects that are a little less intensive, where I'm pulling up images and trying to set them up as a coloring book. So we'll see how that goes. That's been on my to-do list for a while. This week will include this job demo due Wednesday and making spooky little critters for Doobie Quad Comic Con Toy Show. Five Flags Event Center, October 2nd. The suitable arrangement siege rewrite isn't going as well as I'd like. The current scene is behaving badly, but I shall finish it, then probably rewrite a different version. Understood. Sometimes you have to grind through it to figure out why it's wrong. The Simple Sword 2, now with twice the simple. Blade goes stab. Whoops. Pole arms are still my favorite. I've wanted to do a pole axe, but they weren't a period appropriate for my old group. I understand that. And I want to do do a book on staves and pole axes. I have to do well no, the axe is concussive. I'd like to revisit more concussive sword strikes, either two-handed, because when you study a staff is either very much a beginner's weapon, because within the style of fighting a staff are a whole lot of other styles. You can, by using a staff, if you know what you're doing, you can train a lot of different weapons, body movements at the same time. So that okay, well, real easy. If you're doing, okay, give a staff. You know what? I'm going to cross the streams just a bit here. This is, we'll assume this is a staff. It keeps going. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Standard figure eight, right? You're just smacking with a staff. Now, if you put a big pointy axe on the end, it's the same motion. You'll notice I rotate my wrist. Anyway, bam, 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 bam. Now, if I turn this into a sword, bam, bam, and then I can do the low cuts, but I'll bang my table. The upper motion, it's the same motion. You see? It's just whether it's supported or not. So by rapier thrust, spear thrust, by making sure your motions carry over while you're training in one weapon, you're training in others in the style. And that's part of what I've been working to build. So the staff has to come, but for me, the staff book is going to be a wrap up. So I may do, I don't know. I'm trying to get all the pieces to fit to cover the arc that needs covered. And while it's nonfiction, it's not quite ordinal. There is a feeling of ordinality to it. I don't know if ordinality is the right word. I don't know if that is a word or if I'm just making up. But organization, because everything is trying to build on the pieces previously exacted. So we'll have to see. Cindy Cap says, if Simple Rapier is a repeat of Simple Sword, I'd say no. If it draws from that and goes into more details that are Rapier specific, cool. What I'm tempted to do, and again, I don't know if I'm doing it because, or is to have this as almost more of a companion, where, okay, in D&D terms, the Dungeon Master's Guide has all the rules and then advanced rules, and then you hand out a lighter version, the Game Master's Guide, to the players. Here's the player's guide, a player manual, Game Master manual kind of thing, and there is a lot of content in here that I've had people tell me that's wonderful, but they don't need it if they're just trying to learn Rapier. So I don't know. I'm taking what you guys say in advisement on processing, and I'd be having this conversation if people weren't here just to hear myself to say does that thing. I'm a very audible audio thinker. I have to hear it and I have to see it. But thank you. And that's a very valid point. I haven't read the first one, so it's hard to say. If the first one is dense, it could be intimidating people with limited attention spans. It could be a good idea, though. And that's what I'm wondering. I want to cater to a lot of people. And I want to make sure that everybody finds an access point. Now, part of writing The Simple Sword was writing the book I wish I had access to when I started this journey, but I very quickly fell into the role of instructor. So I may just do it's the condensed form as a brush up. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure. I do, seriously, guys. I love that I can reach out to you guys and get responses, because it's always valid content. And never mind. Just got an email from the recruiter for that position. The invite was sent in error. Good thing I was too busy at QuadCon to work on that one. Well, I'm sorry, Cindy. That stinks. But I hope you can do other things with what with the resources you may have considered creating. And I genuinely can't remember if your teacher resources in one form or another are available through Amazon. I know your fiction is, but are your teacher resources? Speaking of RPGs, have you watched the Cyberpunk Edge Runners based on the Cyberpunk RPG? It's great. I have heard wonderful things about it. I do not have Netflix. I do not have access to Netflix, so I don't get to watch Netflix programs, which is tragic because I've heard it is amazing and the aesthetic is amazing, and I love Cyberpunk. I have a slightly more Cyberpunk story that I'm poking at. It's giving me pieces and then kind of flitting away, and I don't force stories. I'll start them and then I set them aside and then they come back to me later. And it's just but it has very, very high Cyberpunk aesthetics, and I want to look into this, so I will be looking for nefarious and or DVD means to get a hold of that. If they put out on DVD, I'll talk the local library into ordering it so I can watch it that way. That's what I was doing with Castlevania. I have not finished the Castlevania series because of its content rating. It's very hard for me to watch Rounds Ender. Perhaps a simple Rapier companion book that goes into some of the different major schools of thought. Okay. Yes, my older ones are on the Zon, so is one of the newer ones with the other 6 on the way. All the resources that are lesson specific are on my website. Wonderful. I'm more of a Shadowrun guy myself. Oh, God. You want to talk a wonderful RPG, a wonderful setting, and a unpleasant system. I mean, like, you need all the dice in the world to do Shadowrun. But yes, I actually have a Shadowrunner troll. He's about this tall on my wall of cool. He's right next to my frame of the film, or single film frame of Vampire Hunter D. That is on my wall of cool. Oh, here. Hold on. There. Give me a second. You see him? The tall guy next to my pewter, my glass pewter thing that's there for safety. Yeah, that's a Shadowrun, dude. I love Shadowrun. Great universe. Just a little rough on the mechanics. And must run. Cats getting restless. Everyone have a great day. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. I hope you've enjoyed this program. Please support the people we've linked. And I have not talked much about like, share, and subscribe, but please like, share, and subscribe this video. I am fighting. I would love to get monetized for all the work I'm putting into this, but we will see. I will be back Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. I will be on Luke Stone Studios for Nerd Bacon at 9 a.m. Thursday, and I will be on the Historical Fencing Guild channel at 8 p.m. Friday. So you have plenty of chances to reach out to me. Let me see. I've done a lot of commercials today, but I think, let's see, we did Frog G. We did that. Hybrids is over. Yeah, I'm going to run this. This is the artwork of Kelly Tockert. She is an artist and a teacher, a passionate creator. She needs to have all the wonderful stuff shown everywhere. I love her dearly, and I hope that she can help support. That you guys can help support her books, The Adventures of Rock and Roll Art Goddess. You can be an SEL superhero. And Kelly Rothamel's Mrs. Rothamel, she's just a great creator and a great person. And while she has to teach during the time of this program, she is never far from home. But as Radio Retro Future, our dear friend Bonser says, gotta go, books don't edit themselves. But you know what? That's the great thing. As long as you are creating, as long as you're putting your ideas out there, folks, you can edit it. You can fix it, you can change it, you can improve it. As long as you have something to work with. But you can't edit a blank page. And with that, I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful